it is awfully good for your physical and mental health as well. Studies show that sex may reduce prostate and breast cancer risk, boost immunity, relieve stress, and burn 180 calories for a half an hour, making it a pretty good aerobic workout as well. It shoots mood-boosting hormones through the system, builds intimacy between partners, and generally just feels pretty darn good. Still, somewhere between the kids, the dishes, and that performance evaluation at work, the importance of sex in our lives can be lost. We don't need a reason to have sex. In other words, we need to find ways to make it happen. Americans have intercourse, on average, of 64 times a year, enough for most of us to be walking around with $50,000 in our pockets, according to Blanche Fowler and Oswald. But sex experts say that it's not quality, but quantity. It's not quantity, but quality that counts. It's not a question of how often, but how pleasurable and how interesting. Says Dr. Ruth, the woman who has given frank answers about sex to generations of people and an author of over 30 books on the subject. And what counts as pleasurable and interesting to one person, interesting for one person, she says, may send shudders through the other. Knowing your own likes and dislikes and embracing them can help alleviate a common block to a satisfying sex life. Anxiety about what is okay, Dr. Ruth says, and when it comes to sex, okay is all about personal preference. The word normal, in terms of sexual relationships, has been thrown out. Self-gratification is one way to get in touch with your own desires. In addition to helping relieve stress and standing in when you don't have access to the real thing, when you just feel like a little alone time. In men, there's evidence that self-induced orgasms can increase immune cell production. The female orgasm to science and many other men still remains a mystery. Couples, especially when they've been together for a while, fall victim to another big libido killer, monotony. That's when a little creativity and sense of humor can come in handy. And then the article goes on to talk about the sex stories and stuff, but I don't really want to do that. And then the last paragraph of it. And talking, experts agree, is one of the most essential ingredients in a healthy sex life. Make sure to tell the other person how pleased you are to have them in your life, advises Dr. Ruth. Despite popularity of Sex in the City, women still sometimes have a harder time than men expressing their desires. Discussing sex, both your desires and your problems, builds intimacy between partners, she says, and helps each other learn how to make the other happy. But whether you measure the benefits of sex through your health, your relationship, or your income, perhaps the most important thing is just to relax and enjoy it. And that article is also left panel. Okay. And then I hope by being here today, you've learned that you cannot control whom you love, and in the secretion of chemicals that are beyond our human consciousness that makes us fall in love. Or rain can be making us fall in love without us even realizing it. So you're saying? Okay. Not way bigger. But how would you explain her?
Wow, this is like Gossip Central.
I would say that everyone is possible. Everyone has the same structures in their body. So it's like everyone's possible to fall in love. Whether people are opening themselves up to it or not is the question. Okay. So if you open yourself up to it, you fall in love.
Yeah. Okay, you said that the same chemicals and was it when you take drugs, the same chemicals when you have sex or when you love?
Like oxytocin, when you take cocaine, they release the same, but it's released both during sex and when you take cocaine because it gives you a better high. So what do you think about?
Oh, good Lord.
You'd be out of control.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you.
I think with a cancer, I know like on drugs, like it, like on drugs sounds like an experience. So you always go on a high, then you go down to a low. So would it like?
You've been listening in health class.
Oh yes, I have.
Yeah, that's excellent. I can't really say I went into the drug aspect at all. I just found that there were similarities between it. But I'm guessing it would be like kind of double the sensation, wouldn't it be, if it's double the amount of oxytocin? That's what I would assume.
Well, ask Miss Jackson. She'll know.
Okay.
Okay? Another one?
Yeah. No, please.
You had a couple.